Hello and welcome. You're watching NewsX and I'm Megha Sharma. Now, while hearing a batch of petitions challenging the Waqf Amendment Act, the Supreme Court has emphasized that the Article 26 of the Constitution is secular and applies to all communities and therefore does not bar the enactment of the Waqf Act. Highlighting that protected monuments cannot be Waqf asset, the court has pointed that the Act shields old mosques such as Jama Masjid. That's not all. The Waqf by user clause has come under scrutiny as well. While expressing there is genuine concern over this, the court emphasized that the Waqf by user notification has huge implications and will issue a notice to central government on this. But last and not the least, the Supreme Court has emphasized that it is concerned with the violence witnessed in Murshidabad over the passing of the Waqf Amendment Act. Let's start this conversation, and joining me on the telecast is Sujata Paul. She is the Congress spokesperson. I'm going to start with you, Sujata. What do you make of the observations that have been made by the Chief Justice of India today? While hearing the petitions in court, there have been arguments that have been put up by senior advocates, and I'm going to go through them point by point. But the question with regards to the big announcement or the big observation being made about Waqf by user, that a piece of land that is deemed to be Waqf simply because that property has been used for charity or religious purposes for a really long time. How does this denotification end up leading to huge consequences, and what is going to be the impact of it in the Supreme Court when it decides to pass its judgment in the case?
Good evening, Megha, to my co-panelists and all your audiences. It's very important to understand that the reason for us welcoming the observations made by the Honorable Supreme Court are supreme, and because the Honorable Court has said that any property which has been declared as a Waqf by user cannot be denotified, and especially in the matter of those properties which have been declared by the court as Waqf properties, and they will have to be treated as Waqf properties and not as non-Waqf properties. It has been made very clear by the Honorable Court. Also, what the Honorable Court has said when it was said that all the matters pending in the High Courts where the 1995 Waqf has been challenged need not be called to the Supreme Court. There is a reason, and the court's observations have also included the fact that cases from, because this has existed from the 1940s, cases from the Privy Council times have also been studied by the court, and the confusion which will be created as a result of this denotification is a matter of concern. And therefore, what the court has said in the past cannot be overturned by the legislature without any basis. And that is where we feel vindicated also, and also that this is moving in the positive direction. Important points made by the court also include that there have been cases of misuse and blatant misuse. This has also been mentioned by the court. And this is what we are saying, that if there is anything wrong happening, if there is any activity which is unlawful, that should be looked at in that particular manner.
Okay.
There are laws which exist. It's not as if laws do not exist. This brouhaha which has been made by the BJP about the tribunal looking into the matters, and the matter cannot be taken to court. There have to be people from other communities which have to be inducted into the Waqf board. These are matters of great concern because you're hitting at the root of the Constitution, the basis of the Constitution. And therefore, we will wait to see what happens tomorrow, as the hearing is tomorrow.
Okay,
and
all right, fair enough. You've made your point, Sujata.